Hello, this is Mark Porter for Kinesiology 274, the critical assignment. We're going to analyze a skilled versus an unskilled pull-up pattern. This is Eduardo Pantoja. He's going to help us out here. He's going to demonstrate the unskilled version. We'll see how unskilled he really is. I have a feeling he's going to be quite good at it. But Eddie, why don't you go ahead and start with a wide grip, forward-facing grip, and go ahead and work through your pull-up. Okay, so the first thing I notice, Eddie, is your legs are crossed behind your back a little bit. That's going to kind of disengage your abdomen, and it's going to actually throw your lumbar spine into exaggerated lordosis. So it's going to have an exaggerated anterior tilt to your pelvis that's going to put a little strain on your back. So if you can, try to engage your core a little more. Keep your legs straight out in front of you. Maybe think about pointing your toes up a little bit so you can keep just a straight line. And then also your shoulder patterns were a little bit tilted. So it makes me think that you maybe were not pulling evenly using equal amount of strength with both sides. You may be stronger a little bit unilaterally on your right side. So try and think about coming up in sequence and maintaining a neutral spine the whole time. But your grip looked great. Your speed and control looked great. And try and get all the way to the full range of motion. You want to be fully contracted at the very top with your elbows fully contracted and your head up above. But we're not actually extending the neck to make it up over that, which you weren't doing. But go ahead and try just those little cues and try to work through the movement again, and we'll see how it
Okay. Wide grip, face forward, and we're going to go.
Try, instead of crossing your legs, try to just keep your feet side to side, so that way you don't have any imbalances on the left or right side of your torso.
You said go up balance.
Yeah.
Alright, let's try that. Oh, much better.
Very good. So the only other thing, you're tracking right through the frontal plane of motion really well. The only other thing I would say to do is when you're at the bottom, we want to go ahead and depress our shoulders and think about squeezing your shoulder blades together like you want to hold a pencil between right there. When we do that, we're engaging the muscles surrounding our scapula, and we're engaging that scapulothoracic joint to the point where it's going to give us greater stability to work through that motion. So go ahead and try that. Give a little contraction right here. You're going to downwardly rotate at your scapula, so they're going to move down this way. And think about, again, squeezing that pencil between your shoulder blades and then move on. Don't forget to uncross the feet. Really good form. You're just your back is arching a little bit into lordosis again. So try to think about bringing if you have an exaggerated anterior tilt right now to your pelvis. Try to think about engaging your core so that's neutral. So you're dropping down, slightly posterior tilting at the pelvis, and you're maintaining that spinal neutrality. So you don't end up with that extra sway back.
All right.
Across the feet again. Very good. Good. Very good. That was perfect. Okay.
All right.
Eddie, I want to say thank you for demonstrating today. You're an excellent subject.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So we took a look at the slightly unskilled version of the pull-up. We made a couple of adjustments. We cued to engage the core muscles a little more, give a slight posterior tilt by keeping the feet out in front, and that helped keep spinal neutrality, especially in the lower lumbar region. where we're looking at exaggerated lordosis that puts excessive compressive force on the intervertebral discs and could possibly damage that lower lumbar region of our spine. Also, the additional cues to engage the shoulder blades and act like we want to hold a pencil between our shoulder blades. That's going to help protect our posture of our spine, our shoulders, as well as engage our agonist muscles of the latissimus dorsi, the biceps brachii for elbow flexion, and also the rhomboids and the middle trapezius for that shoulder, the scapulothoracic adduction, as well as downward rotation. So Eddie, thank you again.